Hi everyone, Jeff here from InspectorPrime. In this tutorial, I'm going to run you through the actual inspection process for residential properties using InspectorPrime Residential. So without further ado, let's jump in. We are starting here in our Airtable account in our workspaces. So this is honestly just more of a best practice than anything. You can set this up however you want. But what we recommend is that you create a residential workspace under your workspaces where you can then house all of your historical inspections. So this is where you're going to keep all of your inspections. It's important to note here, so we have our master template. We're not going to get into how to customize that in this video. This is really just how to initiate and conduct and deliver an inspection. But this master template is where you're going to do all the customization that you want that is pertinent to your business, so you can set it up again to deliver it to clients in a way that best suits your business. Each Airtable workspace holds 500 inspections, and then when you run out or when you hit that 500 cap, you simply create a new workspace to start again. So you can organize this by quarters if you do that kind of volume. So you can have a Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and just keep all your inspections organized that way, or it's really up to you. So let's say we just got a new client request for an inspection. How do we prep our report for actually conducting it? We go to our master template, we click on duplicate, and then we rename it that property address. So, and I just have other ones in here as an example to kind of show what multiples look like. It's very important to keep track of your master template. Okay, so we'll name this 7891 George Street. We leave on duplicate records. We turn off duplicate comments because we don't want to do that in this new database. And that will take a second to think and create the duplicate of the database. Okay, and there it is. We will hit done, and we just saw it pop up right here. Now you may be thinking, with 500 inspections in here, it's going to get a little crowded. What if I need to find a specific inspection? You literally just punch in the address to the search bar here and it'll pull it up. So I'll just show you here. George, there it is right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this and prep it for the inspection. So what you'll see right here is the property address here. That's the name of the database that we just created. And then we have our client portal. So this is what your client will see when you deliver it. We'll show that at the end. Where you're going to be working out of is the inspector portal. And we're going to start in the property details. So you'll see we duplicated this from our master. We have the blank template already in here for a blank address. So replace this address, just do that. What did I do? 7891 George Street. There we go. And then you just start filling out information that you collected from your client when they were doing their intake. If you have the office system, we already have a form that captures all this. You just need to transfer it over into here. Again, for a different video, we're going to assume here that all you have is the residential instance of our database. So you put in the start time. We'll just say it's tomorrow, well, the 16th. Say it starts 8 a.m. and we're going to go till noon. Okay. They want pre-purchase inspection and they want sewer scope. You have your employee profile here. You can search for other employees if you have a list of employees, or if you just have one profile, you can have it show up here automatically. You can edit that to the employee that's actually doing it. So multiple ways to do that. You can put in the client agent, the name of the client, their phone number, as well as a mailing address if you want to put that in. Property type is all a drop down, so we'll just put in some information here. As you can see, it calculates the age there. Units, we're not doing that. We're not doing apartments. We'll do 3 stories, 3,000 square feet, 4 beds, 4 baths. Cool. And now that is all you need to do to get prepped to conduct the inspection. If you wanted to grab photos off of Zillow or whatever for the property profile, you can do that, or we can kind of just run through if you're doing it all on site there. Okay, so before we dive in, so we've been working in the property details, inspection dashboard. You'll see it's all zeroed out because we haven't found any defects or anything like that. Here are this is our catalog of narratives. Obviously, we're not going to be applying all of these to this property. This is just to give you an idea and a snapshot of what your narrative library looks like. This database comes with about 928 to be exact narratives that we've created with InspectorPrime. You can add as many as you want. You can modify all these. You can do whatever you want. The system is yours. And then we have our all narratives section, which is the actual catalog of all the different narratives. We're not going to talk about field notes here. That's for a different video as well. So we'll just stick with this. Okay, so now let's pretend you are on site ready to conduct your inspection. How do you do it? First off, we can fill in some of these in attendance. We'll just say the inspectors only. Excuse me, you can put some notes here. Temperature, 86 degrees, weather was clear. Cool. So that's that. Now let's scroll down and we'll go to our files and additional media. So we have our property profile images, results files, additional media. These 2 slots are for maybe sewer scope video or drone video. What's cool about this is you can record and drop those directly in here. And you can skip the step, like let's say for sewer scopes, you upload it to YouTube, send the client a link. No way. You can just throw that actual file directly into this report, and then your client would be able to see it through the client portal. Let me show you how easy it is to add an image here. So I'm going to go ahead and get on my phone into my Airtable account, and I'm going to add a mock picture for this property profile. So I'm in the mobile app right now. I'm going to click on the little camera icon next to the property profile images, and I'm going to snap a picture of this Lewis and Clark map that I have above my desk. I'll select OK, and it's uploading on my phone, and you'll see it pop up here on the screen as we speak. And there it is. And you can do multiple photos even. So let's say you want to get all around the property. You can do that as well. So here comes image number 2 that's being uploaded right now. You'll see that second image pop up right here, and you can just scroll through right there. You can drop a link for a client request sheet if that's something you do. And now we are down to our systems. So the way that we design this is to be essentially a checklist. So you go system by system, filling out all of these different fields. A lot of them are drop-down menus. And you can see all these different systems. I won't get into that. You can customize all of these to fit whatever your company's SOP is so that you can follow whatever workflow you want. Now, most importantly, let's go ahead and see what a defect or a finding looks like. So let's see. We'll say we found a cracked walkway. So what we do to record a defect, we'll go to all narratives. Let's search for walkway. Whoops, it would help if I spelled it right. And here we go. We already have one in our narratives library that is that will meet this. So what do? You can simply just add the property. and that'll link it to this report. Let's say you also want to add some media. So I'm going to open up my phone again, and I'm going to take another picture of my map. It is uploading, and you can see it pop up right here. So that's how you add the picture. All of the narratives in the narrative library in your master template do not put photos there, so that it's blank and you can just take a snapshot right there on your phone on site to get the actual picture of the narrative. So you can flag this for review also, if you so desire, and add that into your workflow. But now you will see, when we go back up to inspection dashboard, we now have our one finding that is starting to populate here. So let's do another one. Let's do one that is not, let's say you find something that's not in your narrative library, you need a new one. Let's do a loose light fixture. Loose light fixture in bedroom 1. We will uncheck the review. So it's just us doing it. Fill out these different information items. Get it linked to its system, its location. We'll repair it with an electrician. And then we can take our picture. After we create the actual narrative, you can add these different additional details if they apply to your findings. So let's create that. Here it is, loose light fixture. I'm going to go into my phone. Because I'm doing this on the desktop and the phone, that was an extra step. You'll be able to take the photo while you're creating it on your phone. Another picture here. It is uploading, and here you can see that picture starting to load into the system, and there it is. And it's just as easy as that. You just go through using within your proper details and systems, kind of use that as a checklist, fill out all the fields as applicable, and again, you can modify all of these to meet your business's needs. Okay, now let's talk about, and here, just again to show you, we now have our 2 defects that we found. Here's our cracked or settled walkways and our loose light fixture. And again, as you're going through and noting all these, they will pop up and categorize themselves as appropriate depending on what fields you would like to have displayed. Okay, so now let's talk about how easy this is to share the findings with the client. So again, not going to go into detail about the client portal, but you can see all of these you change to whatever you want for your company. We have the summary report, the full report. Let's get the PDF part over with for those of you that like PDFs and don't want to use the client portal. It's simply print the full report, and then you can deliver this. Okay, let's go back. Now, if you want to share the client portal, and again, you can change all these different topics. You can hide them, you can show them. It's totally up to you. What we do to actually share this is we edit pages. There we go. And then we click on client portal. We share interface, invite via link, create new link. It's important to make sure that this just says client portal so that they don't see our inspector portal. Permission, this is also very important. We want them only as commenter or read only. Commenter will allow them to go in and actually leave comments on the photos that you take and communicate with you right here within the portal. Obviously, read only is read only. Next, we create the invite link. And we copy this link and we email it to the client whenever we're ready to to have them look at their report. Once they get this link, if they don't have an Airtable account, they click on the link, they enter their first name, last name, email, and then they're into Airtable. And that's that. Why that's important, and it's free. I want to emphasize that their instance, because they're just commenters or read only, it's free. It doesn't cost them anything. But why this is cool is if you have repeat customers or customers that ever want to come back and interact with the report that you deliver, maybe to track maintenance items or something like that, they will always have access to this portal, this client portal. So that's it. That's about the gist of it. I'm not going to get into any other detail here because I again just wanted to go through the workflow of what it looks like to duplicate that master template, put in the property details, and then you're just going into the narratives library as you're finding defects and issues and information, and you're punching it in right there, and it populates real time from your phone or tablet or however you conduct your inspection. So with that, thank you for watching this video. Thanks for being an InspectorPrime customer, and see you on the next video.